Thank you, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to this year's 8th grade celebration. I'm Fred Matas Jr., head of middle and upper schools at Manuel's Couple Hill, and I'm excited to celebrate the class of 2029 with you this afternoon. The class of 2029, like all the classes that came before it and will come after it, is the best class ever. But to borrow phrasing from Leo Tolstoy, every class is the best class ever in its own way. And in this afternoon's celebration, you'll learn about the qualities and accomplishments that distinguish the class of 2029. Over the years, I've seen this spirited group of students take on new challenges and shine in every aspect of school life. On the stage, in the art and dance studios, in the science labs, on the playing fields and courts, and in the classroom, they have challenged us, captivated us, enlightened us, and brightened our days. Their diverse talents have truly enriched our school community, and we couldn't be prouder to present them to you today and celebrate their accomplishments and their ways of being in the world. So I mean it when I say, without reservation, and I had 2 kids graduate from here, that this is the best class ever. A brief logistical note about this afternoon's ceremony. I'll handle MC duties today along with my colleague, Bentley Hope, who is Assistant Head of Middle and Upper Schools. Next year, Ms. Bentley Hope will be Head of Middle and Upper Schools, and as a sort of symbolic handoff, she'll take over this afternoon's MC duties about midway through the ceremony. And I'd also like to say a special thank you to a colleague who flies under the radar. Well, sometimes he likes to be in front of a microphone, but mostly he flies under the radar and doesn't get nearly enough appreciation and attention for all that he does to support our students, especially middle school students. Last year was his last year as head of middle school. He's transitioned to a different role this year, and he's done everything to support these kids with the capstone DC trip, and he wasn't even an 8th grade advisor. But still, anything he could do to support them, he did. So I'd like to give a special shout out and thanks to Max. So, with that out of the way, I'd like to introduce the 8th grade class history. A long-standing middle school tradition is for 8th grade students who've been at MPH since pre-K and kindergarten to write and deliver a history of their class covering their 10 years at MPH. This year, I would like to invite Andrew Abrams, Sarah Carazzolo, Noor Shabani, and Emma Malapur to the stage to share some of their memories about the class of 2029.
In pre-K, with Miss Johnson and Miss Verlay, we made countless memories. We will always remember dance parties to Manic Monday by the Bangles and joyful days filled with entertaining games and playing outside on the monkey bars. Kindergarten with Miss Jones and Miss Gannon brought its own adventures, including the unforgettable moment Andrew dropped a baby chicken, prompting Miss Jones to make a dramatic rescue. Other highlights included counting pumpkin seeds and our exciting class trip to the zoo. These years were foundational, filled with laughter, discovery, and the start of many friendships.
In first grade, our teacher, Miss Paizel, had a passion for giraffes, which was inspired by her stuffed giraffe named Kiki. This enthusiasm led to an engaging animal research project where we sculpted clay animals to inhabit our dioramas. We also fondly remember making snowmen and collaborating with the second graders on book projects. These experiences, blending creativity with learning, made for a fantastic start to our academic journey at MPH. It was a year filled with new discoveries and fun that set the stage for years to come.
In second grade, we reached a milestone, moving from the CEL into what we called the Big Building, more formally known as the Bradley Hallway. This transition was a significant and memorable change for all of us, under the guidance of our wonderful teacher, Miss Barrett. We enjoyed special moments like watching Room on the Broom around Halloween. Another cherished tradition was celebrating birthdays with cupcakes. I would always get the vanilla cupcakes, the best flavor. These experiences, both big and small, made second grade a year of exciting new beginnings.
Third grade, the infamous year 2020 began with a new teacher, Miss Palmer, who guided us through early civilizations and our timetables. In science, we learned about the life cycle of butterflies, a fitting metaphor as we too were emerging. However, early March brought rumors of a 2-week break, which quickly turned into the reality of Zoom meetings due to the pandemic. This sudden shift to remote learning challenged our third grade class to adapt rapidly as the world changed around us. Through this adversity, MPH demonstrated its dedication to our academic development, fostering resilience in young learners.
Fourth grade marked a significant transition as we adapted to new norms, including masks and social distancing. Our learning environment was unique, with the library being split into 2 classrooms, one for humanities with Miss R and the other for math and science with Miss C. This was a pivotal year where we began to transform from younger students into rising middle schoolers. We tackled meaningful projects like creating a mini version of the Constitution. Despite the changes, we found joy in these activities, like sledding down the hill in Lowerfield, making it a year of significant growth.
Fifth grade was our final year as lower schoolers, guided once again by Miss C and my Miss R. A major highlight was performing in our long-awaited 5th grade play, an outstanding production we all enjoyed creating together. We watched movies during lunch, a welcome break from academics, and made sure to savor our final lower school recesses. Science class was filled with hands-on projects, from constructing mini roller coasters out of pool noodles to making slime. Adding to the excitement, we experienced our first ever winter carnival, where our grade united and nearly achieved a win, fostering incredible class spirit as we prepared for middle school.
Sixth grade marked our true entry into middle school, introducing us to new experiences like tutorial. Initially, tutorial time often felt like free time for socializing due to a lighter workload, a gentle transition into middle school academics. A unifying experience was the STEAM Park project, which brought our whole class together to improve the school environment through collaboration. In math, the egg drop challenge was a memorable highlight, tasking us to design structures to protect an egg dropped from the top of a fire truck ladder. These hands-on projects were incredibly fun and served as a fantastic, engaging way to end our first year of middle school.
In 7th grade, we worked on essential skills like schedule memorization, a challenge that persists for some of us today. Our class deepened its roots in the community, whether through brisk walks or reviving the nature trail, showcasing our collective commitment. The joy of winning Winter Carnival powerfully demonstrated our school spirit and how we function as a cohesive team. The introduction to more competitive sports was significant, as many of us embraced our roles as student athletes. Furthermore, our buddy time with the seniors provided invaluable mentorship as they shared wisdom for the future, preparing us for leadership.
Eighth grade, the end of middle school, and also the start of our journey to the high school experience. This year, perhaps more than any other, we experienced significant personal growth, learning to manage increased workloads and greater responsibilities. It was also a blast, highlighted by our Winter Carnival teamwork where we dominated tug-of-war, and our unforgettable DC trip, filled with lasting memories, like Kendrick the security guard and our bus adventures with Ken. Our capstone projects were a testament to our hard work, with each student presenting deeply researched and unique topics. We've matured into responsible role models, well prepared for the adventures that wait in high school.
Thank you, 8th graders. Those are great memories. We will now hear from members of our 8th grade members of our band and orchestra as they play Slingshot, conducted by our strings and orchestra teacher Gwen Cantello and joined by accompanist, vocal teacher Ben Bornstein and band teacher Hannah Freeburn. Thank you, 8th grade musicians. If you join Ben, come on over. Slingshot. Thank you, musicians. You sound great. That was terrific. Great representation. In years past, we have invited an 8th grade family member to the stage to offer some advice and inspiration to the students. This year, we are honored to have Amy Brewer to share some thoughts. Amy Brewer is a proud mother of 2 MPH students and the founder of a thriving e-commerce flooring business based in Cartersville, Georgia. A graduate of Mercer University and the Hallmark Institute of Photography, Amy's career spans decades of experience in marketing, still photography, and film production. From working in Atlanta's photography scene to producing feature films in upstate New York, she brings creativity and an entrepreneurial spirit to everything she does. Amy's journey is a testament to passion, perseverance, and the power of family-driven success. Please welcome Amy Brewer.
It's really quiet. I was kind of hoping that the, hi everyone. How do I sound, Matt? Good? Good? I was kind of hoping the 8th graders would be right here, so I could just like stare at them and tell them how I feel. But anyways, like they said, I am a parent of 2 children at MPH. One's a rising junior, and Willie, my daughter, raise your hand, Willie, is going to be a freshman, which is crazy. And I did not wear my white dress to match the girls, okay, but you know, it worked out. So thank you all for having me. Coach B asked me to speak, and I thought, oh boy, like how long? Like, you know, I can do 5 minutes, I can do 10, 20, that's a commitment for me. So I was a little nervous, but then I instantly got excited because I have to tell you, I love this class. I love this class so much for everything that they are. Watching them all grow through middle school and, you know, a little bit in 4th grade together too, since I came on the team here, but they each push themselves outside their comfort zones, right? Like they always seem to go into areas that they're not comfortable, but they commit and they thrive, and it's just been amazing to see. So since Willie is in the class, I'm going to start out by telling you that our devices at home are connected. Okay, so like when Willie takes a video in school, I'll be at my desk working, and all of a sudden I look down and it's like, oh, you have a new video, 30-second video from class. And I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm like, what is she up to now? So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insight and a glimpse to what the teachers endure on a daily basis with our middle school kids. All right? So just imagine this, you're sitting at your desk, okay? Imagine just like lots of chat, right? There's just like classroom chatter going on. And then in the camera, Emma appears to just be dancing to no music. She's just doing her thing, all right? Eleni's eating something off to the side, and she comments, wait, you don't even have a tripod. And then Andrew's playing checkers, singing Total Eclipse of the Heart, naturally. You know, you toss in a couple of skibbities, susses, that's so Sigma, Cap, Delulu, which I don't know what that one is, Winter Arc, that is straight fire, and let's not forget Ballerina Cappuccina, okay? And these kids have like created their own language, and then at that moment you think, oh my God, these teachers deserve like worldwide recognition and weekly massages sponsored by MPH. That's what they put up with a lot. Oh, and at the end of the video, someone shouts, now all we need is a sub in English or Spanish. Right? They're looking for that next easy class. So anyways, a big heartfelt thank you to all the teachers and staff for your endless energy and being an amazing support system for these 8th graders. They are who they are because of you today. So well done. All right, now to all the 8th graders. All right, this is for you guys. We've watched each of you physically grow and seemingly eat us out of house and home with more to come. We know there's lots more to come. You've also grown emotionally. You've become more responsible than we could have imagined. So be proud of yourselves. You know, from where you started in 6th grade to where you're ending at the end of 8th grade, that is a world of difference in maturity and how you handle your days and your situations, and you guys should be really, really proud of yourselves. It's not easy getting through middle school. There's a lot to juggle. And you didn't just get through it. You handled all the schoolwork, the workload, the activities, the social life, up and down, illnesses up and down. You forgot your homework, something happened, but you handled it all with grace. You each handled it all with grace, and I saw that from my visits and through Willie. So you're a really impressive group of rising freshmen, which I can't believe we're actually saying that they're middle school now, they're going to be freshmen. I don't know about you guys, but I could do another couple of years of middle school. And, you know, I will reiterate what Mr. Montas said about the talent that you see, whether it's in the art show, it's in the STEM fair, it's on the soccer field, it's, you know, it's on stage dancing, it's playing instruments. That's like where I think MPH does such a great job. It's such a learning environment that these kids are able to do a lot of things. And that's where you are in your life. You're in this learning period. So keep learning, right? Everybody else out here is earning, you know, and that's a lot more stressful. So this is the fun part. I love this because you guys are all filled with laughter, you're filled with kindness, intelligence, and you're just evolving into wonderful human beings. So learning to press on and learning to face adversity when it knocks you down is a really big deal. And that adversity can come in small things daily, right? Like that can be like a little rocky road with a friendship, or it could be something giant, like you're dreading a presentation. And you can sit there in those seats today and go, you know what? For the past 3 years, I got through all that. And look at me now. I'm graduating 8th grade. I'm moving on. So give yourselves a pat on the back for handling all your small and big problems, and you got through it all. Just really, really proud. So I would say go easy on yourself as you progress into your freshman year, and know you're not alone with the way that you're feeling. You can be confident in your heart that you're going to be okay no matter what is thrown your way, because you've gotten this far and you'll continue to do it. I promise. You're learning what it means to persevere, to not let challenges scare you. Just approach them with why not? Why not try it? That's where you are in life. Also, don't stop being curious. Curiosity, will lead to learning, and learning leads to more intelligence, and just be interested in things, no matter what it is. Just hold a certain level of interest. I think that you got to pace yourself when you're going into your freshman year. There's a lot to take in, but the transition from middle school to upper school looks differently for you guys. The good news is that you're one step ahead of most other schools and other programs, right? This is more of a community. It's more, your friendships overlap into other grades already. You don't physically have to change buildings or go to a different campus or do something differently. So that's the good news. The bad news is it's definitely going to be more work. There's going to be a lot more work to it, but that's okay. You guys are ready. You're ready to move on. You're ready because I was kind of thinking about what's the funny analogy where they're going from the top to the bottom? And I had this train of thought where I'm like, okay, they're leaving middle school from the top, going to the bottom of high school. They're going to get to the top of high school, and then you're going to go to the bottom of college. And then you're going to get to the top of college, and you're going to go to the bottom of your career. And I was like, is that positive? It is positive. Because you're always learning, and you're always climbing. And through that entire process, you will create the best memories. You will face and overcome the biggest challenges, and you will get through it time and time again. Cultivate lifelong friendships, and it all starts here at MPH with going into your freshman year. So, here's in conclusion. Move forward with confidence. Kindness. Always have kindness in your heart, okay? And know that you can handle so much more than you're capable of. And I have no doubt that this freshman class will be a very, very special one.
Thank you, Amy. That was fantastic. Authentically fantastic. Really appreciate that. It is now time to recognize the class of 2029 and hear more about the individuals who make up this extraordinary group. I'd like to invite our 8th grade advisors to the podium momentarily, and they'll each share fantastic insights on these wonderful students. First is Ms. Doyle.
Hello, everybody. I'd like to start by introducing Leo Abdo. Leo knows how to live. He experiments with new interests like trying and loving basketball this year. He has a great work-life balance and has, on last check, always finished his homework at school, even if it means being 10 minutes late to lunch. He is always in on the action, whether he is singing mariachi in Spanish class or contriving some reason to enter the gymnasium early, like insisting a random piece of paper or tissue must be discarded in the trash can in the gym, just so he can, as Mr. Shepard said, scope out the scene. Leo is passionate. His annotated bibliography for his capstone project and his enduring love for airplanes included 16 exclamation points, just to make sure that I could appreciate the gravity of situations like this. The plane's engine would die after just 25 hours. Not meaning that it could stay in the air for 25 hours. The engine was unusable. After 25 hours, also caps. Even when Leo claims, "I'm cooked," Leo's spirit of adventure, his joy, and his kindness have created for the class of 2025 the perfect conditions for liftoff. Congratulations, Leo. Willie Brewer. The first time I met Willie Brewer was in improvisation club when she was in 6th grade. Her small stature belied the sassy actor who managed to bring in a talk to the hand and neck roll into every scene. Senora Troya noted Willie's quietly powerful presence. Indeed, underestimate her at your peril. Willie is formidable on the soccer field, whether or not she's had her Starbucks. She's a dancer whose talent was showcased in a standout 8th grade moment, a tennis player, a yogi, and a Zanta who wants to run her own business someday. But mostly, Willie is, as one of her teachers said, sincere and tuned in, finding meaning in the simple things. When I asked her what she was excited for this summer, she said, "Just hanging out with my family and my dogs." Willie's quick smile, warm heart, and sensitivity will add soul to the upper school next year. Congratulations, Willie. Alexis Brown. Alexis is a deep thinker whose searing insights about symbolism in literature, whether a Marxist or Faustian analysis of Little Shop of Horrors or a Freudian take on Lord of the Flies, are expressed with a quiet flash of delight. She loves to read and doesn't need a teacher to escort her through a book, even if it's Hamlet or a Donna Tartt novel. Alexis is an excellent artist both in and outside the studio, whose beautifully detailed sketching never distracts her from her work, but serves as a way to reify what she's learning and to contain her preternatural intelligence. Her dedication to the arts was expressed on stage as a standout soprano who performed a wicked solo as Glinda at the Festival of the Arts and as a lead in the middle school musical, and backstage as part of the stage crew for the upper school musical. In her spare time, Alexis volunteers with the pre-K core health class. In our last advisory meeting, Alexis said her goal for next year was to stay true to herself and not change. Amen to that. Congratulations, Alexis. Sarah Capizzolo. Sarah contains multitudes. She is a professional. Last week, she sent me an email inquiring when she could expect feedback on an essay whose final draft deadline was the next day. Sarah wrote, "I completely understand that grading can take time, and I appreciate all the work you do. Thank you for your time and help. Best regards." Sarah is a scholar. She is a poised speaker in Spanish class and a dedicated scientist who drew her own blood for STEM Fair, not just willingly, as Ms. Foster noted, but eagerly. Sarah is able to merge art and reality, whether creating a ceramic rendering of her signature Converse or playing the part of a dysfunctional, narcissistic, chain-smoking mother of teenage girls in our class reading of the effect of gamma rays on Man in the Moon marigolds. At times, so surprised at her ability to channel the character, she blushed. An accomplished musician and libero on her travel volleyball team, Sarah is also hilarious. When casting her own original play, Sarah asked her classmates with a straight face, who would like to play the part of the schizophrenic character? Sarah, your capacity for hard work and spontaneous fun will add joy and intelligence to upper school next year. Congratulations. Melanie Dussing. At our last advisory meeting, Eleni said her goal for next year is to be more confident. Have you seen this mighty might in action at her capstone presentation, or her standout performance in the dance recital, or in Spanish class when she speaks the target language with enthusiasm and determination, or in advisory when she is bravely honest and open? Who would be surprised by this goal? Have you witnessed her on the soccer field? As one of her teammates said, she's all over the field. No matter what position she's playing, she's always a shooter too. Coach B said that Eleni's silky touch on the ball, combined with incredible power and speed, make her in 8th grade a force to be reckoned with on the varsity field. Even in volleyball and golf, where she has far less experience, her athleticism and sharp, quick thinking stand out. Her positive energy and sense of humor also make her a great teammate, celebrating others' accomplishments with wild abandon, often by jumping up into their arms. Eleni, you seem pretty confident to us, but clearly you are just getting started. Congratulations. Severe Gambier. Severe has been described by his teachers as thoughtful and curious, determined and fun. His varied talents include playing the saxophone, taekwondo, leadership team, and being an essential member of a very strong tennis team that made it all the way to the sectional final. His accomplishments notwithstanding, his pile of A's, his memorable STEM fair performance, and his enthusiastic support of his upper school MUN peers, Severe's most impressive gifts, as noted by many of his teachers, are his thoughtfulness, determination, and curiosity. Indeed, Maestra Troya named Severe the most respectful student I've had in a long time. Severe, you can change your hairstyles, but please don't change your beautiful spirit. MJ Herrera. Nicknamed the Stonebreaker by his landscaping club, MJ is not intimidated by anything. He speaks Spanish with grace, and he writes an English essay with the heart of a poet. MJ knows his way around a kitchen, a dark stage, and the clock as he finagles his class schedule so he can rehearse with the upper school band. MJ is a star in the band program, seizing every opportunity to grow, participating in all county auditions, the Allegro Honor Band Festival, and the NYSSMA Solo Festival. He also served as the assistant stage manager for the upper school musical this year. MJ, your kindness, strong work ethic, courage, intelligence, and talent will make you a contender for all the championships of life. Thank you for showing all of us what integrity looks like. Congratulations. Mahid Hussein. Mahid may seem like someone who is just future-oriented. He did just deliver a capstone project that advised his peers, still 3 years shy of legal working age, how to plan for retirement. But Mahid is content in the here and now. He can be walking around shoeless because somebody hit his Crocs. He can be groping his way through the halls because he forgot his glasses. He can be the one to clean up the lunch table for the 5th day that week. He can be deep into a fast or wearing pants that were impeccably white until he slid on the wet grass in front of the Washington Monument. But he is never without his smile and his gentle cheer. For Mahid, there are no problems, only solutions. On the modified basketball team, Mahid never complained or felt discouraged about his playing time. Instead, he showed up every day at school, before school at 7 a.m. to work on his skills, and this year was a starter on the JV basketball team as an 8th grader with a 20-point game against Hannibal. Mahid's accomplishments, both academic and athletic, are impressive. But when asked at our last advisory meeting to reflect on something he was proud of from the year, he replied, "I'm most proud of my classmates," and then went on to list many of their achievements. Who better to represent the class of 2029 in Student Council next year? Congratulations, Mahid. Emre Hermer. Emre's teachers describe him as passionate, naturally curious, engaged, with impressive knowledge of world affairs, excellent research skills, and an intense presentation persona. Emre is also not afraid of a challenge, even if that challenge ends badly after chugging several cans of Sprite. Emre's cheerful spirit is unshakable. See? In advisory discussions on the soccer field and basketball court, on the chessboard or GeoGuessr, Emre brings his full presence to everything he does and is not easily discouraged. Even after losing possession of the ball during the last minutes of a tied game, Emre kept his head and managed to steal the ball back and shoot the winning basket. As Kyler would say, "Oriful." Emre, with your ability to strike the perfect balance between focus and humor, you will be unstoppable in upper school. Congratulations, Emre. Isabella Oyarte. If you're looking for Isabella, go to the library. She loves to read mythology and fantasy and isn't afraid of very long books. Isabella is dedicated to creating stories, whether an original children's book for her kindergarten buddy about a rascally dog who ate all the strawberries, or a one-act play. Her ear for stories is matched for an eye for art and for the natural world, especially Earth's rocks and minerals. Isabella's quiet powers of observation, along with her varied interests including Latin, German, chess, and henna, will undoubtedly lead to her achieving the dream of her capstone project, authoring her own books. Isabella, we will all be there, eager to read them. Congratulations. Alex Thomas. Alex Thomas, or Xander when he's in the mood, is a busy young man, commuting 45 minutes, practicing violin and piano, playing soccer and golf, measuring lumens for his science fair project, and researching the mindset of race car drivers doesn't give a guy a lot of time to play chess, especially when he's also working out after school. As reported by Mr. Shepard, this is a quote, "Alex is big into physical fitness, and he wants other people to know he is big into fitness as well. Before he does each exercise, Alex looks to his left, looks to his right, takes a loud, deep breath to gather his audience, and then proceeds. When he's not working on his aura, Alex is aware of being a positive member of the community. On the DC trip, Alex hung back on the bus after all his classmates disembarked to pick up trash that wasn't even his, and also led the cleaning of the table at dinner. With that angelic smile and infectious laugh, Alex is sure to make his mark in 9th grade next year. Congratulations. Carter Thomas. Whether it is Monday morning or the last block of the day in a hot classroom, or a day when they're serving hot dogs for lunch, Carter Thomas is as pleasant as someone in love. If you ask him, "How are you?" there are many possible answers. Great, wonderful, fantastic. His worldview is not just glass half full, it's plates, 2 of them, full of raviolis. That's true. I saw it the other day. Carter has a lot to be happy about. He was the only middle school musician in the pit band for the upper school spring musical. He wrote an impressive proposal for a linear accelerator for science fair and is an accomplished skier. Carter's capstone project on music theory was so sophisticated, so well researched, that Mr. Spear and I agreed that Carter could just skip upper school and go right into life. Carter, you are one of the most caring and dedicated students we've had the pleasure of being around. We have no doubt that you will keep working hard and manage somehow to stay humble. Congratulations. Tyler Yeager. If I told Kyler that Maestra described him as a confident, thoughtful Spanish speaker whose strong performance and cultural insight consistently enriched the class, Kyler might respond, "Bro, that's Cat. I'm Cheeks." But then instantly prove her right when he starts singing Caca Cappuccino, Azucino. Kyler brings energy and fun to every setting and can fill in awkward silences, as he did during a tech malfunction at a capstone presentation. Within a nanosecond, Kyler suggested, "Yo, MJ, why don't you show us some skills?" Kyler is a good balance between focus and fun, as demonstrated by his club's choices, leadership team and juggling club. Kyler displayed his second-generation scientific talents with his science fair experiment on the rusting of metals and his capstone project on life on other planets. The planet of upper school awaits, Kyler. Go explore. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Doyle. Please welcome to the stage our next 8th grade advisor, Ms. Lexi Wilson, who will read the narratives of her advisees.
Hi, everyone. Andrew Abrams. The next 8th grader is someone who, in many ways, needs no introduction. He's so well integrated with MPH, he could probably write these blurbs for every single one of his classmates. Please welcome Andrew Abrams. Andrew is what Coach Shep calls the glue guy, the one who helps keep his class united. Whether he's taking risks or passionately cheering on his teammates, Andrew consistently demonstrates what true leadership looks like. As a 7th grader, he captained the modified team, and this year, as an 8th grader, he led the JV team as captain to 8 wins. Beyond athletics, Andrew also made his mark with an impactful capstone project, putting the men in mental health. He bravely chose to shed light on men's mental health, giving our students and teachers a deeper understanding of the societal pressures young men navigate daily. Andrew, your initiative, leadership, and courage are genuinely inspiring. You've made a significant positive impact here, and we wish you all the very best as you move on to new adventures. Congratulations. Kenai Bulmer. A deep thinker, a questioner, and a quiet force of intellect. Whether he's performing in the middle school orchestra or pushing himself academically, Kenai Bulmer approaches every challenge with precision and curiosity. His capstone project, Teaching Tool or Nuisance, was a thoughtful look into one of MPH's hot topics, proving that he's not afraid to challenge the norms, explore multiple perspectives, and really dive into the why. Kenai brings a critical eye to every classroom. His blend of analytical skill, artistic talent, and genuine interest in understanding the world around him makes him a standout scholar and a unique voice in our community. We're excited to see where his curiosity takes him next. Congratulations, Kenai. Jake Bennett. It is no great mystery that Jake Bennett is known for his athletic ability, both on and off the ice. So bear with me here while I butcher a bunch of hockey vocabulary that I'm hoping speaks to Jake's personality. With a relentless forecheck, smooth skating stride, and a hockey IQ well beyond his years, Jake plays with the poise of a seasoned vet. Whether he's threading tape-to-tape passes or battling hard in the corners, Jake brings grit, vision, and heart to every shift. Off the ice, Jake is graduating with strong momentum in math, where he made impressive strides. He regained his focus in the classroom and brings the same determination to his studies that he shows on the ice. Known for his kindness and respect towards classmates and friends, Jake is a teammate in every sense of the word. I would keep my eyes out for the name Bennett on the back of a professional team's jersey. Congratulations, Jake. Nora Ciavolani. If you've ever met Nora, you know that energy, creativity, and performance comes naturally to her, and she brings them into everything she does. In Spanish class, she's not just participating, she's performing. Her expressive spirit and her growing confidence as a communicator has made her a standout voice in class discussions. And speaking of performing, Noor truly shined in dance this year. Her decision to take center stage in a beautiful duet with Emma showed not only her talent, but her willingness to take risks and push herself artistically. Noor also performs to the highest caliber when it comes to soccer. Whether she's lighting up the stage or sprinting on the field, Noor's passion for the arts and her thoughtful, vibrant personality makes her unforgettable. We can't wait to see what you bring to the stage, both literally and figuratively, in upper school. Congratulations, Noor.
Isaac Duchesne.
20 years from now, I wouldn't be surprised at all to pick up an article on tech innovators and see Isaac's name. His STEM fair projects over the past couple years have been a clear example of engineering ingenuity. His past STEM fair project, he designed a 3D printed channel where he added light fuel, lit it, recorded it, and assessed the time required for different fuels to ignite. I admire Isaac's drive, a genuine enthusiasm to grow, paired with a deep curiosity. This curiosity makes him eagerly dive into challenging subjects and projects. His peers certainly see it. They look up to him for that calm focus he brings, whether he's unraveling a tough math problem or strategically checkmating a friend in chess club. It's that blend of sharp intellect and quiet confidence that really makes Isaac stand out. Congratulations, Isaac. Violet Drew. Joining MPH just this year, Violet immediately impressed us with her creative spirit and abundant heart. In what feels like a remarkably short time, Violet has become a valued member of our community. Her enthusiasm to persevere through challenges is truly contagious, and she brings a genuine warmth to any classroom dynamic. Never shy, Violet consistently speaks her mind with thoughtfulness. We've especially seen her creativity shine in earth science, where her artistic renderings beautifully illustrate complex concepts discussed in class. This artistic flair is matched by her dependability and her intellectual maturity she demonstrated in adapting so successfully to a new environment and curriculum. Violet, we eagerly look forward to seeing all you will achieve in upper school as you continue to explore your interests in the arts. Congratulations, Violet. Ananya Gupta. I would like to introduce you to somebody who brings a unique kind of presence, Ananya. Ananya has a quiet steadiness that has a remarkably calm effect on those around her. Since joining MPH in 5th grade, we've seen her dedication shine through time and time again. But don't let that gentle demeanor fool you. Wow. Beneath it lies an impressive determination. You see it on the soccer field in her focused persistence, and you see it in math class as she diligently works through challenges. It's this blend of quiet strength and unwavering grit that earns the respect of everyone, including her peers and teachers. Ananya, thank you for being such a wonderful example. We're so proud to have you in our community. Congratulations, Ananya.
Please welcome Ms. Julia Grunwald to the podium for the remaining tributes to her and Isaac's.
Hi, everyone. I would like to welcome Riot Halbritter. Whether you hear him crack a joke that has everyone chuckling or catch his infectious laugh echoing with friends, you can always count on Riot to lighten up a room. His wonderful, comical, social demeanor and naturally charismatic nature makes him someone who effortlessly brings smiles and a dose of fun wherever he goes. But it's not always just fun and games with Riot. He also possesses remarkable perseverance and determination, qualities that truly shine when he's out representing MPH in soccer, basketball, or track. In the classroom, he shows an intellectual awareness and drive to engage and connect with his work. Riot, your vibrant energy and your ability to balance fun with focus are fantastic. Congratulations, Riot. Next up, Luella Kiefer. If you've ever crossed paths with Luella, chances are you walked away smiling. Whether it's her trademark, "Thank you, have a good day," As she leaves class or her quiet, consistent encouragement of others, Luella radiates warmth and optimism wherever she goes. Her kindness isn't just a trait, it's a daily practice. In dance, she's the one lifting others up, at some points literally, with creative ideas, encouraging words, and a strong sense of teamwork. Academically, Luella approaches her learning with the same dedication and awareness, setting goals and steadily working towards them with grace and determination. She's a bright light in every space she enters, and we can't wait to see how she continues to shine and lead as she steps into the upper school. Congratulations, Luella. Jaden Lynn. It's been a pleasure watching Jaden grow this past year. He still occasionally calls me bro, and if I'm honest, it's become a term of endearment that perfectly captures his approachable nature. But don't let that casual warmth fool you. Jaden's ability to cultivate relationships with both peers and teachers is a remarkable strength. He keeps things personal and light, yet consistently strives to be his most respectful self, a balancing act that's not easily mastered. This focused energy extends beyond the classroom, whether he's demonstrating determination on the basketball court or precision on the golf course. Those qualities seamlessly translate into his academics. Jaden is the teammate who knows how to rally the squad and the classmate who encourages others to dig deeper. Jaden, your ability to connect with, motivate, and respect others is a true gift, and it will serve you exceptionally well in your future endeavors. Congratulations, Jaden. Emma Malpor. Emma is equal parts heart, humor, and talent. A dedicated bilingual student since third grade, Emma has grown into a confident communicator whose love for language and performance goes hand in hand. Whether she's shining in Spanish class, diving in the volleyball court, or lighting up the stage, Emma brings creativity, charisma, and an unmistakable spark to everything she does. This year, she took a step further in dance with a duet alongside Noor, showing her growth not just as a performer, but as a collaborator and risk taker. With her wit, passion for the arts, and flair for all things drama, we wouldn't be surprised to see her starring in a telenovela or a Broadway show someday. Until then, we'll be cheering her on as she continues her journey into upper school. Congratulations, Emma. Next up, Galil Oren. It's been an absolute joy getting to know Galil. He's a remarkable young man, and it's been wonderful to watch him discover his own strengths. I first saw his spark in 7th grade math, where Galil developed a quiet confidence that has since blossomed in his academic approach. This focused energy ignites when he discusses his passions, his enthusiasm as an outdoorsman, sharing adventure stories, the clear direction of his capstone, oh dear, what happened to the deer, and the excitement when he talks about hockey. Beyond academics and hobbies, Galil generously shares his rich Jewish heritage. His willingness to share who he is truly makes our school a richer place. Like bravely sharing his great-grandmother's story. Galil, watching you find your stride, pour your energy into what you care about, and share your unique self with such openness has been fantastic. We're so excited to see all you accomplish. Congratulations, Galil. Ellie Otten. Getting to know Ellie this past year has been truly special. As both her geometry teacher and advisor, I've had the privilege of seeing her impressive work ethic firsthand. Alongside her broader passions and goals, her capstone project titled Born or Built, How Passions Are Created, perfectly reflects Ellie herself. She doesn't just diligently pursue her own interests. She has a genuine gift for igniting that same spark in her peers. Her contagious smile brings comfort to those around her and fosters a real connection with teachers. Looking ahead, Ellie dreams of becoming a pediatric oncologist, a demanding yet incredibly fitting aspiration. This compassionate nature, so vital for such a role, shines through her thoughtful interactions, especially with her kindergarten buddy during buddy time. Ellie, your ability to inspire, connect, and care so deeply is remarkable. We have no doubt you'll achieve whatever you set your mind to. Congratulations, Ellie. Franklin Thompson. Last but not least, I would like to introduce you to Franklin. I first met Franklin last year in our pre-algebra class. Back then, he was a witty boy who enjoyed being goofy with his classmates and perhaps wasn't fully sure of his own potential. Coming into my advisory this year, however, he has truly become a role model for his peers by exemplifying commitment and confidence. Whether it's on the soccer field showcasing his impressive footwork for the varsity team, or in his academics by consistently staying on top of his work and meeting with his teachers, Franklin's presence demonstrates a powerful lesson. Things can be hard, but with time and effort, you can get them done, and done well. Franklin, your growth into such a committed and confident young man has been inspiring to watch. We're all very proud of you. Congratulations, Franklin.
It's kind of an endurance task here today with the heat. You guys are doing great. Hang in there, hang in there. MPH families, colleagues, I present to you the MPH class of 2029. I'd now like to invite our 8th grade team leader, Ms. Grunewald, back to the podium for some additional remarks.
Hi, everyone. So it has been an honor watching this group of students grow during my time here at MPH. Having taught more than half of them in math last year and then advising this remarkable crew this year, let me tell you, it has been an incredible journey. Of course, these bright students didn't reach milestones alone. I would like to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to the parents and families. Can I get a round of applause for all of you? As a new parent myself, I'm only just beginning to appreciate the immense dedication it takes to support your children through every milestone, big or small. Thank you for your partnership, for the late night homework help, the endless car rides to practices and events, for cheering them on from the sidelines, and for guiding them with patience and wisdom through the challenges and triumphs of middle school. Soon, this group will officially be off to upper school. Can you believe it? Ready to share all of their incredible attributes and talents. I look forward to seeing them continue to grow and prosper into the impressive young adults they are becoming. Even though they will still be walking these same hallways, I hope they walk a little taller and a little prouder of themselves and all that they have achieved.
Thank you, Ms. Grunewald. Now, under the musical direction of Ben Morenstein, Emma Malapur will lead us in the singing of the alma mater. Emma will be joined by the members of the 8th grade chorus. The words can be found in your program.
And our motto will fulfill.
to join me in thanking some very important people who made tonight's celebration possible. The 8th grade advisors, Ms. Grunewald, Ms. Doyle, Mr. Hauser, and Ms. Wilson. And I'd just like to say a quick special thanks to Lexi Wilson, class of 2015 at MPH, for her 5 years of heartfelt dedication to the MPH community and the pre-K through 12 dance program. We wish her all the best. Thank you to the facilities department, Mike Longden, Matt McCrimmon, and Pat Giacondo. To Matt Spear for DJing tonight. To Julie LaHaye for expertly managing programs, scripts, and 1,001 details and logistics behind the scene. To Katie Ray and Alyssa Palmer for their work on the individual student portraits that line the character this evening. To members of the Parents Association who have graciously given their time to set up a reception for students and families directly following this event. The administrative team and Jim Foley for their leadership. And finally, I want to thank our middle school faculty. They are not only excellent educators, but also mentors and role models. Thank you for your patience and enthusiastic work with our students. I'm so grateful to work with you every day. Parents, please don't forget your child's picture frame and the group class photo that's right behind it. These are keepsakes for you to take. And please enjoy the Parents Association provided reception directly following this ceremony. Also, a quick reminder, tomorrow is a full day of school for middle school. In the morning, classes and some cleanup, and then the end of year picnic in the afternoon. The day will conclude at the regular time, in time for dismissal. The class of 2029 will now process out to the Beatles' Here Comes the Sun. Thank you all for coming tonight, and have a great summer.
Crazy.